Okay, hello.
Hola!
So we decided to do our global business current event on apple growers in Mexico called Foul Trade on the U.S., which was published by the Seattle Times. So the main issues discussed in this article were how Mexican apple growers are put into direct competition with their U.S. counterparts. The U.S. has said to be violating the terms of NAFTA by selling their apples under the cost of production, and this practice is called dumping, which the U.S. industry denies, and they are demanding a federal investigation. The main participants are the United States of America and Mexico. And what do the main participants stand to gain or lose in this situation? The U.S. gains better quality apples because they have more variety, they're bigger, and they're said to be prettier. And the U.S. apple industries rely on controlled atmosphere storage, which helps preserve their apples for a longer period of time. And for this reason, they do not need to import any foreign products into their country, and they do not have to pay any tariffs. And there's no problem for them tapping into large grocery chains. A loss for them could be the North American Free Trade Agreement with Mexico, and they could be affected by the federal investigation by violating the terms of NAFTA. What Mexico has to lose is they're losing their apple trade to the U.S. and losing product, but they're not gaining any profits. They have only just a few months to sell their crops, whereas the U.S. can store it until the prices are more favorable. And Mexican growers only export a tiny percentage of their crop, and 60% of their growers have less than 24 acres of land to work with.
So what are the positives and negative impacts to the people of these participating nations and parties? The U.S. positives are being able to produce apples in their own country, better quality of the product, not relying on another country to have products exported, and having access to controlled atmosphere storage. They also have more land to work with. It's worth more. Some of the negatives are could lose Mexico as an import/export partner. Going against the NAFTA terms is also a big negative. For Mexico, positives, there aren't really any positives for Mexico. Their negatives are losing the trade with the U.S., losing profit, losing their crops because they cannot be sold or exported, less land to work with, and no access to higher technologies to preserve their apples like the storage refrigerators, and potentially losing the U.S. as an import/export partner. In our opinion, how can the situation be resolved or improved? It can be improved if the U.S. considers talking to Mexico about the quality of their apples and sets up an even terms agreement, or coming up with a quality outline, making sure Mexico follows through. They can also improve by talking to the Mexican government and giving their citizens more support. And another big solution would be Mexico being able to tap into the grocery store chain. Extra points are not a safe move for the U.S. to violate terms of NAFTA with Mexico for the reason that Mexico is their second biggest trading partner, being only second to Canada. So thanks for viewing our video, and
We hope you enjoyed.